Hey guys, it's CoolTrainerAlex, and I have a battle here against Breezy. He's kind of new to the whole Pokemon YouTube uploading scene, and he's one of those guys who's like, "Oh, my narrations suck. Don't watch me." But honestly, he's a really good battler, and he's a pretty good narrator. So I suggest you check him out. I'll put a link, or I'll put a little annotation at the end of the video. If you like it, go check him out, please. Great OU battle right here. Amazing, really. And here we go. So I lead with my Sony Vegas 9 because, yeah, updated for the win. He leads with a Heatran. I'm figuring he's going to go for a fire move. Once I see the overheat, I'm like, oh, great. Specs Heatran. He does about half damage, even though I resist it. So I'm going to go for the Wish because, yeah, I need my health back. And I'm going to go for a Wish, and I figure he's going to Draco Meteor, but I don't want him to be a Dragon Dance Mence. So I go into Metagross to see what he's going to do. And he predicts that very well. And he gets a really early 6-5. And my Vaporeon is hurt, so this is not looking good. So I go into Rampage, and I know he's going to assume I am a Scarftar. And I am a Scarftar. But I do go for the Pursuit instead of the obvious Stone Edge. So that'll really weaken his Salamence. And yeah, that was a pretty good play on my part. So now I'm going to go into Pyroclasm, predicting the Toxic. And he's going to switch into his own Heatran, predicting me to go into something nice like that. Yeah, so I protect to see what he goes into, but he doesn't want to risk it because he didn't know what kind of a Heatran I was, and I guess he assumed that I was Scarf or something like that. So I predict him to go for Water or Electric. Really doesn't matter. Celebi can take either of them. Because he's bulky, I'm going to assume he doesn't have Ice Beam. I could be wrong, but that's the assumption I'm going with right now. I go for Psychic just because I figured he'd go into Gliscor, but he goes into his Jirachi. Now, I know the U-turn is coming because I don't see leftovers, and I know that it'll do about half if he's Scarfed. So I'm just going to hit up a Recover while he goes into Gliscor, and I assume here he did predict the Thunder Wave. So that works out perfectly for me because all that happened was he switched into Gliscor. He's going to taunt me. Don't really have much to do to him, but I guess he wanted to, yeah, do that. So now I can't recover, so I guess that's nice for him. So, leftovers, Sandstorm. I'm going to switch into Angel. I guess I predicted him to go into Heatran right there. And Earthquake's not going to be a 2-hit KO. Now here, looking at how much HP I have, I figured, alright, he's going to taunt me, predicting a Wish. I'm just going to go for the Surf, hopefully get a lot of damage on him. Now, I did not expect this to take him out in one hit, but it does, so that's A-okay by me. A-okay. Does anyone say that anymore? Alright, so yeah. Basically, he goes into Heatran. Earth Power, I live. Now, I go for Surf because I figured, I'd be dead anyway. I do get a crit, and I do take him out. I didn't want that crit because I would have rathered him be locked into Earth Power so I had a free switch. But, yeah, so... I mean, the crit looked like it helped me, but... in reality, I really would have rather not. So we both go into I go into T-Tar, he goes into Jirachi. I go into Gilgamesh to take the U-turn of the Iron Head, which is my Gliscor, and then he misses because the Sand Veil got him behind. Go for Toxic on a Starmie switch in, and yeah, now we're back to here. So I go into Celebi again to take the Water move from Starmie, and it's looking like he doesn't have the Ice move, so that's great for me. Right here, I believe I just finally say fuck it and go for the Leaf Storm, and I miss. Now, this is a really bulky Tyranitar, so it wouldn't have done that much, but I do get the Thunder Wave off. At this point, I didn't know what kind of a Tyranitar it was, but after seeing the payback and the fact that he's going to leave him in, I assume he's the really specially bulky with the Sandstorm up. So Leaf Storm, I do predict to switch into Jirachi to take the Leaf Storm, but he keeps in Tyranitar, so... over-prediction on my fault, or on my part, yeah. So I go for Stone Edge, predicting a switch. God, I cannot talk for more than 4 minutes. Stone Edge, I predict him to try and get some kind of advantage on me going into Gliscor. I thought he would switch into Starmie, so I didn't want to go into Heatran or Gliscor just yet. He does get the freeze, but I thaw out. I did get a crit with Stone Edge. Yeah, okay. Tyranitar, he goes into Starmie. And here, I guess, is a nice play for me. He knows my last 3 Pokemon are all weak to water, so he can go for Surf pretty freely. And, yeah, that's going to do some nice damage to me. A little bit more than half, it's looking like, but I do carry the Protect, as you saw earlier. And after the next surf, let's just see if that protect was even worth it. Surf, 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 and I live at 4 HP and get an Earth Power off. In reality, it probably didn't matter because I think Crunch takes out Starmie anyway, but now at least I know he's not going to risk switching out because Pursuit at this point would take him out anyway. So yeah, that happens. Sandstorm rages, blah blah blah, and I go back in a Rampage, hit it with a Crunch, and that's the end of Starmie, and I do believe it's 2-2. Please be 2-2. Yeah, it's 2-2. So he goes into T-Tar, because obviously I can't touch him. I go into Gliscor, and he predicts that, obviously, but still, he predicts it pretty nicely, makes a double switch back into Mittens. Now here, I was kind of in a pickle, because I didn't expect to live this Draco Meteor, and I figured, alright, I'm going to have to just make sure that I'm at full HP. I have to Toxic this Meds and just continue to Roost stall and hope that I can, live a Draco Meteor somehow. But I live at 4 HP. I don't know why I didn't Pursuit there. I want to pause and rewind, but I can't, and I'm too lazy. Basically, his Ments had 10% HP. All I had to do was Pursuit, and it would have been the end of it. But I kind of figured he would just stay in. And I forgot I didn't have Stealth Rocks up, so that was really stupid. I could have ended the game right there. But now we're going to have to get into more technical stuff. Because now I have to taunt his Tyranitar so he can't curse up, and he predicts that. Goes for Payback, and I go for Earthquake. And based on how much Payback is doing, I know I can just Roost stall him if necessary. He does get it paralyzed, but again, I'm living at enough HP that I can just taunt Roost until I'm at full HP pretty much. But I go for Earthquake. He lives at 1 HP, and he's going to go for another Payback. It's going to put me at a little lower than half, and I'm not going to bother Roost stalling him because I know he does have the rest, and the taunt does wear off. So I'm just going to go for the EQ to finish him off. Now, yeah, he goes back in immense, and I thought I might be faster, but his Draco Meteor misses, and all I did was taunt. At this point, he can't Roost now, so it's pretty much a good game after a Life Orb recoil. So I'm going to live with my 4 HP Tyranitar and take him. Well, I'm going to live, and he's going to die. So great game, Breezy. Check him out here. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It was a really great battle, and I really like uploading good OU battles. So look forward to those to come. Kind of sloppy narration. I hate narrating for 8 minutes.